But of course, Rafael Odor and Kuria Gidenji, karibuni sana. Rafael Odor in a jeep, yeah, Juventus kuizo menda chini. And Gidenji Kuria on my far right, karibuni sana on the touchline. So great to have you guys. And we were supposed to talk about Africa Junior Youth Tournament, but again, of course, no longer in your categories, but those just some of the major tournaments that Kenya is set to host, either in 2 months or 1 month to come, right? But let's talk about how your schedule has been, how your campaign this particular season has been, owing to the fact that number of monthly tournaments have been here. But Rafael, for you, you're the reigning Kenyan Youth Scrabble champion, right? This particular title, how did you earn it, and how does it make you feel, especially, you know, being the reigning champion?
Well, earning it wasn't quite an easy task. We normally have the youth tournaments. After every 2 months tournament, there is in a quarterly way, and we had the first tournament in UN. That was around March. Then the second one we had it recently, actually last weekend, and it was in JKUAT. And there was a number of players that is from different universities.
Yes.
And from that is most Strathmore, JKUAT, KU. And most of them are tough players that we have, and they're upcoming, like the future of Scrabble Kenya.
Yeah.
And most of them have put in a lot of work, and meeting them in the game, during the games, at some point is quite frightening, because you're seeing that this is someone that you're not sure if you're going to win a game against them, or they're going to beat you up and make you feel like this is something that you cannot do it anymore. But it was a nice experience, and winning it made me quite happy. It was actually my first time winning the Scrabble Youth Championship.
After how many years of trying?
A number of like 2 years of playing in the youth, and that was my first, and I was really happy.
Confident of returning the title?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
But the number two maybe just went back, as they say, proverbial drawing board, and maybe planning on how to dethrone you.
Yeah,
but it's part of the game.
Yeah, that is part of the game.
Yeah, for you, how has the season been?
Yeah, it has been a few ups and downs here, but for me personally, I'm very thankful. I've improved a lot. I recently transitioned into the Premier Division of Scrabble when I won the Bondo Intermediate Division back in February. Yeah, so now I play at the Premier level. And then the next tournament I engaged in was representing Kenya in the East African Championships, which were held in Nairobi. And also Rafael and I actually represented Kenya. I had also the chance to feature in the top 20 with Raf also, and a few other young players. I also improved my rating by a significant margin. I also improved my rating by a significant margin, and we are continuing to push. In fact, we are playing with Rafael in the youth tournament, which he won. Yeah.
Yes. So next, what happens? Strathmore tournament that you won, was it a planned one, and how did it make you like get your game going?
Yeah. So when I first joined Strathmore initially, the Scrabble team was very weak. It wasn't, the presence wasn't there. So I took it upon myself to grow it by engaging with different players, meeting up with even the mentors, even the coaches, and telling them this could be a game that can change the university. And true to my word, it has changed the university a lot. We are on the maps. We are known all over Kenya's hub of Scrabble, alongside JKUAT and KU. For me, it's also been a humbling experience being the champion also, because it's a testament to the work I put in. Also the mentorship to a lecturer at Strathmore, Daniel Machanji. He's the one who's also been coaching me on Scrabble. So I feel very humbled. It should also be a motivator for other players to come up and dethrone me. Yeah.
And of course, get to the Premier level. That means that now it demands a lot.
It does demand a lot, but the most important thing is passion, because what sets apart us from
regular players
is the passion we put in. We have very busy schedules. We're in school still, but those small pockets of time, you know, just look at a few word lists, play a game or two with different Scrabble bots that can help you level your game. So that passion and that zeal actually goes a long way. Yeah.
For Rafael, maybe what we know is that Scrabble is just a word game, right? What else?
It's something that requires a lot of pushing yourself. As much as it's a word game, you also need some mathematical skills, because you're going to do calculations of your scores and the opponent's scores, and coming up and adding the scores on the board, the words you're playing. You're not just making the words, you're also trying to figure out a way of scoring better than your opponent, and trying to minimize your opponent from scoring better. As much as it's a word game, also it needs strategies and skill, of which normally we learn that from experienced players. Watching their games and how they play, moving and maneuvering around the board, that is what we are looking forward to. Getting to get to a better level than them, and mastering their strategies and their skill. That is what we're looking for.
Very big key players or players that have been influential.
In Kenya, I can talk of Alan Oyende, who is the Kenya's grandmaster, and also Gitonga Nderitu and Gongolo Michael. Those are the key players in Kenya. And outside Kenya, we have the likes of Wellington Jigere, Will Anderson. Those are some of the players that we normally like watching their games.
Githenji, influential players maybe who've like had an impact on your how you play, style of play, and how you move the boxes.
Yeah, I want to also borrow a leaf from Raphael. He's mentioned the players I also admire, likes of Gongolo, who has significant word power. I really want to reach a level where he's at. There's also Richard Okechi, who's also our mentor. He's a young player, but he really challenges the older guys and gives them a run for their money in various tournaments. He's won a various number of championships. There's also a player called David Kimani. This player, I really admire him because he not only performs well, but he enjoys the tournaments. So I also want to be at a level where when I'm going for a tournament, it's not only about winning, but it's also about enjoyment. And even outside the country, Will Anderson, who I follow his YouTube channels, he's also a player I look up to.
And how do you build the word power?
The word power is built in a various number of ways. You can decide to pick up the dictionary and read it, but I get really bored with that. So for us, we're in the digital space, so we're able to use different applications for improving word power. There's a specific one called Ankydroid, which has different word lists, and it shows you words based on the frequency in which you're able to see them, and now it can help you also improve your word power. There's another application called Etimos, which I developed with my friends. This one taps into your specific interests and then creates quizzes for you using artificial intelligence. Then there's also another company called LexiWorld, which was started by Richard Okechi. This company provides different Scrabble coaching tools to homeschool kids. So we have all these tools that are enabling us to push Scrabble forward within the Kenyan space and maybe eventually even into the African space and the whole world.
Yeah, Rafael, looks like it also involves coding.
At some point, that is with the application and maybe computing of the scores during the tournaments requires some coding skills.
And the best player is the one who does what?
The best?
The best player at the end of it all, yes.
The best player is one who, let me say, one who wins.
But it's not about winning every time.
To win, it requires a lot. You have to put in the work. That is when it comes to studying, when it comes to trying and thinking of the strategies that you're going to use, and maybe at some point you're going to think about the rack lift that you're going to have, and how you're going to manage your rack so that you can manage to win a game.
Githenji, I mean, for you, looks like you have the footprints and also the blueprint for the game, right? Means it's here forever.
Yeah, we should own it in as much as it was created by someone outside. We as Africa, we
what
as
pushed
Kenya,
you to have that? Yes.
I think I would want to give credit to Daniel Machanji, my lecturer. He's the one who introduced me to the Scrabble community in Kenya. Otherwise, I would just be playing Scrabble at home, and I would be very oblivious to what's outside there. So I want to thank him wherever he is, because he's also enabled me and encouraged me to come for various tournaments, interact with different players all over Kenya, listen to their needs, and also try and also be a champion for the game, a youth champion for the game, because in my school, I think Scrabble is the most important thing I'm known for. So we need to own it as a country, and that's what Scrabble Kenya is all about in terms of the efforts, bringing the African Youth Championship even to Nairobi.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the kind of efforts we are putting in into.
And the federation has backed you up really for you to own Etimos, the one that you've developed.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So Etimos came from the need that I saw with my friends, that only the top players who play in the Premier Division have an array of word power. But here, mostly we are struggling with a bit of strategy blocking the game. But in order for you to actually have a winning edge, word power forms about 60% of the game. The rest is mostly strategy and experience, the remaining 40%. So we wanted to create an application that's, first of all, fun, not only for Scrabble players themselves, but also for kids, because kids are the ones who are going to be the flag bearers.
Yeah, tomorrow, yes.
Yeah, because the older guys are leaving, we are taking their place, and soon there'll be that transition. So we needed to create an application that's both appealing to young children, but also meets the targets of Scrabble. Yeah.
Yes, and heading into the World Championship in Ghana, how ready are you?
I think I used to spend only about 2 hours studying Scrabble. Now I've shifted to 4 hours minimum per day in order to see whether I can reach a level or qualify for it. I don't know whether the qualifiers are still on, but maybe if I get the chance to represent Kenya, it would be good.
Yeah. Raphael, for you, how ready are you for the Westpac?
I'm actually putting in the work that is reading. I'm dedicating a lot of time in looking at the long words mostly, because at some point I will need them in the game. I'm well acquainted with short words, so I'm trying to build my vocabulary in the long words. In the tournament, the qualifiers were over, and I think Scrabble Kenya had already shared a list of those who had qualified. So we're looking forward maybe going there as wild cards and showing the world what we are made of.
Yes, and representing, right? You have targets for the World Championship?
Yeah, targets are there. And aside that, we also have the President's Cup, which is scheduled for, I think, August, and which will be played alongside the Africa Youth Scrabble Championship. Yeah, we are looking forward to that as well. As much as we are focusing on Westpac, we're also looking forward to that.
Yes. Then you have, just as we wind up, you have targets for the Westpac?
If I get
maybe introducing Etimos as well to the rest of the continent, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. That would be the primary one. I think so far the support we've got from Scrabble Kenya is the platform also to advertise the work we do. Also, I also had a chance to talk with the PANASA president, the president of the Pan-African Scrabble Championship. We're also trying to make contacts with him so that it's also broadcasted there. If I get the chance to represent Kenya as a wildcard, that would be the first point of call to champion Etimos as a resource that helps different Scrabble players grow their hard power based on their interests. And number two would be also to transition my rating to a higher stage, because it has been on the upward trend. So maybe reaching the 1700 place which would bring me closer to being a grandmaster of sorts would also be quite good. Yeah.
What is it? Long journey to being a grandmaster? You want to make it quick? Around the corner?
I don't think maybe you can make it quick, because it also takes time.
Takes time, yes.
But players like Oketi are on that journey. They are on that journey already. So I think it's just all about effort and passion, as shown even in the other sports. It's all about the effort and the passion you bring in. It really goes a long way. Yeah.
Yes, Raphael, your youth title, I mean, it has to stay for you with you here next year, right? During the next championship.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm not as much as people are looking forward to dethrone me. I also won't give them. I won't give them the chance to do that. I won't give them the chance.
Talking about you eyeing his title.
I was eyeing it. I finished behind him. Yeah, but he edged out. He really played well. Yeah, so kudos to him. He deserved it. Yeah.
Nice. So it means that you're all working the same journey towards being the grandmasters and also introducing the specific apps or particular apps that you've developed for the game.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So the West Park is in Ghana.
It's
Ghana.
Later this year.
Yeah, it should be later this year.
Yes,
Yeah.
all the best guys. And also I hope to see you at the Africa Junior Youth Championship, though you will not be participating, but
No, we'll be
it'll
there.
be great.
Yeah,
Yes, it'll be
mentoring.
great for you to mentor
Yes.
the upcoming stars, right?
Yes, yes.
Some in your fold already that you think are really good and they might give the whole of the continent a run for them.
Actually, before I came here, I was at Alliance High School. They're having bush festivals, so I was there to give a talk on Etimos, but also to organize how the Scrabble is being played. There's a specific player from Utumishi Academy. I can't remember his name, but I have his contact. I think he'll give people a run for their money. Yeah, the young guys are really. You see, when you're in high school, you don't have much to do out there apart from books. But Scrabble is a good pastime.
Yeah, sure.
So they're really putting in a lot of effort, and I wish them all the best. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. For Raphael, I have a few that also.
Actually, there is in the ECASA that was held in April, there was a young girl. I think aged around 11 there, participating in the main tournament, in the main event. She's also a tough player who is going to give people stress out there in the board. And aside that, I've also tried to be coaching the Highway High School, where I think some of the students might make it to play at the nationals, at the youth nationals in Nakuru later in June.
Yes, indeed. All the best, guys.
Yes,
so
thank you.
Hope to see you again on the field, right? On the board.
Yes, on the board.
And just as we go, maybe, what do you think Moshe Bats was thinking about when he vetted the game? And people should know this, Raphael?
I think he wanted people to enjoy as much as people are going to interact maybe in the game. He wanted people to interact in a way that they're going to have fun at the end of it all, and also appreciate the benefits of knowing words and different cultures and the languages of the world.
Yes, indeed. He's defined it, but what are words? What are words? Playing this game, what are words?
What are words?
Yeah.
I would say words are gateways to learning about different communities. Yeah. Did you know that ugali is a valid word in Scrabble? Ugali, the ugali we eat. Yeah. So you see, someone is able to know about the Kenyan community.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Then you're able to learn about Chinese words such as qigong. You're able to learn about North American words such as wampum. So this game expands your general knowledge. It also helps you in math, and that's what we're trying to bring to the kids.
Yeah, thank you. Kuria Gidenji, right, and Raphael Odur for gracing the touchline. Up next, I'll be speaking to the guests from the Cheza Sports Academy and Academy based in South Bay here in Nairobi. So stay with us. We're coming up shortly.